Alright, so it is Thursday, my last day off of work, unfortunately, for this week. And I just want to get a little bit of Pal World in. And I'm going to show you guys some things I did, a little bit of updates.
Over 180 films for
Just finishing up my laundry right now. So I have a few hours to kill, basically. Probably stay on for like 2 or 3. So this is the base. It's a little bit different. I don't know what it looked like last time I was on stream. I also have this crossbow. And today I am going to try to level up. We need one more level to get this sphere assembly line. All this stuff is Julian stuff, so we can take this and put it somewhere for him. Oh my gosh, okay. Put all his stuff. Damn, another one. Put all this stuff in there. This stuff we don't need right now, so let's see where they put that, because I don't even know where that would go. But anyway, I'll show you what the base looks like, why it looks like this. It looks like some of the walls don't stick, so over there. This thing's all the way up here. Just to be out of the way. We have the research over here. We got the eggs over here. We have that right there. We have this thing. I don't really know. Like what it does just yet, but I put it right there for now. We've got the little spa thing over there. We've got, what else we got? We've got the mine over here. We've got the whatever this thing is, I forget what it's called. We've got this thing right here. So yeah, that is pretty much the layout for now. And I think I put away my pickaxe. Okay, I got that. Let me see what else I had in here. Got spears. that's pretty much the layout, and then all the lumbering stuff is over there, and all the tables are here. And that's it. I think we need some more balls. I'll make one of these right now, but let's make like 100 of those. And here's just some random stuff that I still don't know where to put it. Where is that? This can just stay here for now. Got a few new mons. I don't know which ones are new, but yeah, we got a few of them. He's out there fighting something. I think we put this in here for now. Let that cook. But yeah, that's the base so far. We need to level up one. The map is looking like this. And I think we maybe continue exploring. Maybe we go over there and we go east, northeast to explore that. I think that's what we do. We go this way. Oh, we still need more balls though. Oh shit. Damn. Alright, once we find the first fast travel thing, we'll head back to get those. Alright, I think in the meantime though we can see what we need for this, and we need some ore. Looks like there's one close by. I think it's up there, but I see a chest. So I'm gonna go get that. Yeah, it's up there. First things first, let me get these. Damn. Sort. The gold I can just put somewhere. Actually, there was a farmer who was asking for 5,000 gold. I remember that. We don't have to, but I kind of want to help these people. I also love these little elephant guys, so. The reward is saying that we did it to ourselves and nobody else. So, considering the amount of time I spent on this game so far, I think it's important that I try to uh, justify this with some sort of lesson. Um, but I don't really have one, honestly, right this moment. Let's see, which one does this go into? Oh. Awesome, so it goes there. Alright, we can continue on our little adventure. So although he can swim, he's not technically a water traveling pal, I think. So maybe we should get one of those. I don't know what this is, but I want it. we leveled up so we can go and upgrade the base. Oh shit, I'm about to die. Oh shoot. Oh, I didn't even see it there. I think we can just respawn and grab our stuff. Alright, so we're gonna ask ChatGPT. I know, like, sorry everybody, I have ChatGPT on my computer. We're gonna ask, how is playing Pow World akin to, wait, hold up. What skills am I, hold up. Alright. What skills am I gaining or sustaining while playing Power World that correlate to the real world? While that loads up, I'm gonna put it over here, or maybe on this side, because I think that's just better. So it says, playing Power Word can develop. Should I just read AI slop to you guys? Because, well, to nobody, it's just me. I'm gonna read it. It's It's primarily entertainment. The transfer isn't always direct, but many of the underlying cognitive and social abilities are applicable outside of the game. Gathering resources efficiently, prioritizing tasks, manage limited inventory space, decide when to invest resources versus save them. Strategic thinking, you regularly make decisions about which paths to capture, base layout expansion, combat preparation, technology progression. Let's go back to the base. This strengthens your ability to evaluate trade-offs, anticipate consequences, and plan toward long-term goals. What else? The game constantly presents obstacles, resource shortages, difficult enemies, base inefficiency, environmental challenges. Systemic thinking, production chain. Speaking of that, we have sphere assembly line. And we should unlock that. Inventory slot, ceiling lamp. Oh, that's cool. We can make the base look nicer. I think this has to go near. Oh, damn, we need 100 ingots and 20 nails. This is where I regret placing the floor over the ingot thing that was here. I hope it lets me place those back though. I broke it. Fuck. I think that's where it was. It's somewhere there. We need more nails and we need some ingots. Anyway, spatial reasoning, visual spatial awareness, layout optimization. None of these really, are doing it for me right now, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't think I have enough of this either. So we need more of that. I'm gonna go and get that. And I'm gonna bring... I'm gonna bring one of these guys. And I remember them saying that we should somehow make like a Vixie thing with that one. And they farm balls. But for right now, our main goal is to go get some ingots. Ooh. Alright, let's look up where the best ingot. Oh, wait, I remember there's that farm. I marked it off, I think. It was like a church. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Okay then. Damn. Alright, let's get up there. Get up there. Yeah, like this is some stuff I just don't really know what to do with just yet. The skill fruits, the PAL materials, you know, like. But I think I made these chests when I really didn't need to. I made like these big ones, and I could have just made like regular ones because I think each stack can hold 99 or 9,999. 100 ingots and 20 nails. So we need a lot of that stuff. There has to be a way to farm that I'm just like not really. I guess like I can make a new base. Ah. Oh god. There's a green thing. Oh, there's another one. Hmm. Someone's fighting over there. Uh-oh. Oh. Man, they're really going at it over here. Damn, I tried. Oh shit. Oh. Damn, they came out squad deep. Oh, it's not nighttime? Oh. We got 47 ingots. We did just a little bit more. Do I not have enough people to water? Twenty nails. just thinking. Okay. Go through. Yeah, we will run the coast to at least the next mission area. We're not going to do it. We're going to wait for Julian. I don't think he takes fall damage, and I'm going to test it out. There's one of those things. I love these little frog looking guys. Oh. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my god. It's crazy to me how there's only 2 markers on this whole like land. This might be one of the better places for a base. Just off the simple fact that there's only like 2 fast travel spots here. And there's a 3rd one, but still. Alright, so I saw the Backrooms like 2 days ago. The Backrooms movie. I will say, I will admit, the cinematography was amazing. Like, it was genuinely a beautiful film. With that being said, I think the story was mid. It was like very reminiscent of like an early 2010s like A24 film. The writing wasn't groundbreaking, and whoa. And honestly, like coming from just seeing, holy shit! Oh my gosh! Coming from just seeing Obsession, I think that this movie was lacking in that area in the writing. I barely remember the characters' names. I know the main girl's name was Mary. And then there was like some doctor who was like studying the Backrooms. Didn't really explain him, he just shows up in the middle of the film, and he sort of has like a moment where you're like, oh shit, like it's about to go down, when he like sees what's going on in the Backrooms. And then he doesn't show up for the rest of the film. That's like halfway through they show his face, and then like at the end of the film he shows up very briefly, just to be like, oh, we don't know anything about the Backrooms, and actually like we don't know what's going on at all. Instead of like providing some sort of clarity on what the film was like trying to get at, like with the story of the Backrooms, like. And I see a lot of people talking about like, oh, this movie's like made to be like to promote discussion of the film like after the fact, but the story was so like open-ended that there's no like real basis for discussion, and because of that, that's why I think the writing is not really that good necessarily. Oh shit. Oh damn. Oh, level to be over here. Alright, but yeah, like, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just, like, kind of mid. I would give it, like, a 7 out of 10. If I have to use, like, whole numbers, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I would probably give it a... I would give it a 4 out of 5, like, if I have to give it whole numbers. Because I think the visuals were stunning. Like, whoever was on set design and whoever was doing cinematography, absolutely, like, gorgeous work. Like, and oh fuck. And like, for example, the, like, again, I just said this, but like set design, but the damn, what was I lost my train of thought because I just died again. Let me take this guy. Yeah, the set design was beautiful. And then there was moments where the camera shifts from, like, basic basic camera work. Oh shit. And it goes into, like, found footage style, which it works, like, really well in the film. Oh my gosh, Jesus. It works really well in the film. And actually, I will even argue that, like, prior to the found footage aspect of the film, like, being activated, the film wasn't really scary or really going anywhere, in my opinion. Like, it was just kind of lackluster, and, like, when you first see the back rooms, it is kind of, like, cathartic in a way, because you're like, wow, this is the first time I'm seeing this on the big screen, and seeing it on the big screen is pretty cool, because the image of the back rooms. Oh god, let me get away from these guys first before I start yapping. Like, the image of the back rooms is so familiar to myself, at least, and I think a lot of people, like, in my age range, or, like, maybe at least people who are, like, chronically online. So where was I? Oh my god, I gotta go find my dead body. So long story short, Backroom's not a bad watch. I don't think you necessarily need to see it on the big screen to really get a full understanding of it. I think it's going to age, and this might be a take that not a lot of people like to hear. I think it's going to age like Get Out, where it's going to be, like, fine on a rewatch. Get Out is fine on a rewatch. The initial watch of Get Out was pretty memorable. Same thing with Backrooms, I think, for different reasons. But oh, that's a Mon. I always forget that's a Mon. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to compare the two, because I actually do believe that Get Out is a superior film as a whole. Writing, story, but on rewatch, like, if you haven't rewatched Get Out in a while, and this might be a take that not everybody agrees with, and I may or may not be willing to change my opinion on the film. But on rewatch for Get Out, you kind of don't get the same spark that you got when you first witness what it is. Oh shit! Let's not fight them. But on rewatch, it still has rewatch value. It's just that you don't get the same magical experience that you did when you first watched the film. Backrooms, not much of a magical experience. It is very like stimulating to see the imagery of the backrooms. Whoa, this is really cool. To see the imagery of the backrooms on the big screen. I think I'm repeating myself now, but at the same time, I think on rewatch, the more you watch it, the more you're gonna see like the cracks in the writing. The writing doesn't really do a good job at keeping the audience engaged, and it's just one of those things that has like great visuals. Like with Get Out, I think the initial shock of that story is what makes that movie rewatchable. But that shock never comes back. Like you never get to rewatch Get Out for the first time. And I think for that reason, Get Out does lose a lot of its rewatch value. It was really one of the first movies of its kind. And if you know what I mean. Considering that it was horror, but also it came out in the time that it did, in the era that it did. It had a unique atmosphere, a unique energy that no other film at the time did. And I think that for that reason, Get Out was a great movie. But it does lose a lot of its rewatch value because there are more movies like that now. And there are more movies by Jordan Peele who, like, upon the release of Get Out, I don't think he really had any other films like that. And I don't even know if he had any other films at that time. I think that might have been his first, like, debut, like, major motion picture horror film. And for somebody who was primarily known as a sketch comic. But it's crazy how a lot of these sketch comedy writers and creatives end up having these spectacular okay, we gotta go that way. End up having these spectacular horror films horror careers because of the similar beats between comedy and horror. Whereas, like, the punchline in comedy is supposed to make the audience laugh. The punchline in horror is supposed to horrify the audience. So it's like there is a similarity there. There is a certain reaction that you're trying to elicit. And there are moments of horror and moments of comedy in Obsession, which is a different film, is not The Backrooms, but that I feel the Backrooms does not have. And there are moments of comedy in Get Out that I feel, that I also feel that, it's a reflection of what's missing from the Backrooms and what's present in Obsession. And what makes, in my opinion, Obsession the superior film. I don't know what the watch back of Obsession is going to be like. There are moments that are like really disgusting, like body disfigurement moments in Obsession that I wasn't a huge fan of, and I think will always elicit some sort of shock value. But who knows? Like, who knows? Um, and I think also that's something that Get Out, like the scene where he's stuck in the chair, or the scene where I think the T scene, um, where he falls into like this the dark space or whatever. I forget what they call it. In I'm talking about what's the name of that film? I'm talking about it. The in Get Out, the T scene where he like falls into the darkness, is really well done, and I think I think the type of body horror that exists inside of Get Out is different than the body horror that exists inside of Obsession. Obsessions is more like jarring and like what the fuck, whereas Get Out is more like, it's more like whoa, like that's really scary. Whereas whereas Get Out is more like whoa, that's really scary. Obsession is more like look how nasty this is, and it like wants you to like cringe at the visual. Whereas like Get Out wants you to think about, like, it's more of the psychological scare of not being able to control one's body, and like just being helpless in the area of, you know, our own senses can betray us, and someone can hijack our bodies externally, um, to get certain outcomes like that. That's horrifying. That's truly horrifying. And I think that aspect of Get Out is a permanent stay. Like every time I've seen Get Out, which I'm pretty sure I've watched it like 5 times ish, or like around that. Not like on purpose, but like maybe it's on the TV or it's on the, um, you know, it's like on some sort of streaming service and just happen to rewatch it. Or like if I'm at like some place in the world and, you know, we're kind of stuck there, like a doctor's office. Like I've seen Obsession at, I mean, I've seen Get Out at the barbershop. I've seen it in a dentist office, I think, which is really like, why would they put that on? But yeah, what I'm getting at, it's still got its rewatch value. It's just like, and now I feel like I'm like backtracking a little bit, but what I'm trying to get at is, what makes, like, what makes a movie good on rewatch is what I'm kind of working at here. And a big aspect of that is, how many times can you witness something before it doesn't really affect you anymore? And how many times can you experience something before you get sort of turned off by it? Whoa, this is not good. Yeah, maybe get out of there. So we can't go up there yet. Oh wait, maybe it's because my armor's fucked up. But yeah, Backrooms. I don't see it as being super memorable. Definitely worth the watch just off the basis of its visual, but not my favorite movie of the year. In the, like by a long shot, I think Obsession has been the best horror film of the year. That is my personal opinion. And I don't even remember what other films are out or have come out this year. But those are the two that I do remember. Also because I just saw both of them, I think, like the last 2 weeks. So but yeah, I think it's kind of interesting that the like that Obsession and Get Out were both made by Sketch Comics, who just, well, I don't want to say just so happens, but who became horror writers and horror directors, horror film creators, and that they're both incredibly good, and just the importance of having comedy written into your horror, because it is the same muscle that you're trying to elicit, or the same response that you're trying to elicit. Um, I low key do want this. Uh, Well, damn. But yeah, that's how I feel about horror films as of right now. Oh, so it doesn't work on the mons. It only works on us. Oh shit.
episode of Philly Ruins Everything. I remember when I first started going to Sips, it was a happy hour for working professionals. Like, we would get off of work, still have our work clothes on, go network, have some drinks, talk to some people on a Wednesday. But no, Philly, we got to ratchet it up. We got to bring out the pill poppers and the twerkers. And now, y'all even having after parties for Sips. Think about how that sounds. Doing an after party for a happy hour. Like, this is crazy, man. This is why things in Philly never stay good, because we always got to find a way to fuck it up. Here's another episode of Philly Ruins Everything. I remember when I first started going to Sips, it was a happy hour for working professionals. Like, we would get off of work, still have our work clothes on, go network, have some drinks, talk to some people on a Wednesday. But no, Philly, we got to ratchet it up.